Performing artist and is taking her music and role as a songwriter seriously. Her independently released album titled Love Chronicles is testament to her understanding of her craft. She goes by the name of Nubia Soul and she's here to tell us more about her music. Good morning, welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Nubia Soul, how did you end up with that name?
Well, in South Africa, a mixed race person is known as a colored. So I'm half Arab, half Dutch, as well as half Khoi. So instead of me calling myself colored, I said, hey, because I'm dark-skinned, I have melanin, why not call myself in the Arabic exotic name, which is Nubia? So I was like, okay, I'm a Nubian soul. Hence the name Nubia
Which is
Soul.
actually very exotic. What is Love Chronicles about?
It's basically the attributes of love, not necessarily the definition of it thereof. So love goes through many different phases, whether good or bad, whether long suffering or just joy. So hence it is the chronicles of the phases of love that we go through every day.
Speak to us about the process of putting together an album without the support of a big label.
It's very hard. You are the CEO of your own craft, basically. You have to look at the finances, the creativity, the marketing, you have to look at the publicity, the performance, everything. You actually have to be hands-on and heads-on and really focused on it.
Who is the musician with the sound and voice or message that speaks to you?
Musician. It's a whole lot of them. But I'll name a few. Simpiwe Dan in South Africa, Salif Keita in Senegal, Kajanine, south of Sudan. You've got Nina Simone, who's all the way from Libya. Everybody knows that. And Gregory Porter. There's a new guy called Gregory Porter. He sings such soothing jazz music.
Who would you like to work with in the industry?
It's a lot of people.
Like
everyone who's in the jazz industry, in the industry of poetry. For instance, I'd like to work with Lebo Mashile if she decides one day. And I'd love to work with Simpiwe Dana, yes. Zonke Ghana as well. So yeah, just to name a few.
What are you trying to say with your music?
I am trying to say that we evolve as people and there's always conversation. Whether public, in trains, in buses, in the houses when we're having backyard braais. That's what I'm trying to say in that music.
Okay, so this album, when were you finally happy with the final product? Here you are penning songs and, you know, the melody comes. When were you finally say, okay, this is me, I can share it now?
I was happy when I didn't hear the songs for about 2 weeks. When you hear the very same song, then you realize, okay, this sounds like a wrong note. I don't want this kind of instrument, you know. So I had to like block my ears from listening for about 2 weeks and then refresh my ears and then come back to the songs again. I said, okay, now, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. So it was a very long process for me to approve.
Why is this album worth buying?
Worth buying. It's genuine, it's real. It's transparent. It's things that you can talk about. It's melodies that you can sing to. It's things that you can relate to. And it's catered for both the young and the old. So it's not restricted. Yeah, it's national and international.
All right, so who else did you work with on this album? And how, being half Arabic and half influenced the person that you are today?
Discovery was important. I had to learn who I really am, understand the people I come from, Dutch, Arabic and Khoisan, for me to come up with the content. And I worked with Nita B, a Rasta guy who's a cameraman, and I worked with Ben Magneto, who's a philosopher and an analytics person. So I had to be very, very careful at who I involve in this project. You have to understand me as I will understand you. You know, if you're somewhere on the south side and I'm on the north side, it's not going to gel together. So I had to be very careful. And I have to understand myself so that I can understand you as the next person.
Were you confused at one point?
Yes, I was.
Who had all these answers for you, though?
I had to find them myself, and my producer Tabang, who produced Flaba's album, he helped me with that. So he would give me suggestions, and I'd have to go on Googling everybody around. Eventually, I found the people.
Nubia, thank you so much for talking to us. We'll get one more performance from you on the program. And Nubia Soul will give us more music from Love.